saved my life. Without this, I would have been a goner. Can an Altoid survival kit save your life? Or are they merely a novelty, not something to depend on in an emergency situation? Yet, a lot of preppers carry them. Let's delve into this. I am sure many of you have read or at least glanced through the SAS Survival Handbook. It was written by John Lofty Wiseman. And in there, he kind of popularized a survival tin. And Cadet.com has an updated version where you can pick the items you want in the tin. So a fishing kit with, line, hooks, sewing kit with needles and thread and maybe buttons, purification tablets to use for your water, button compass for navigation, whistle for signaling device, a wire saw for cutting small branches or wood, and a small survival instruction booklet. It became a recommended prepper kit. Only it changed from the size of the survival tin to the Altoid tin, because an Altoid tin only measures 3.54 inches in length, 2.17 inches in width, and 0.63 inches in depth. But the SAS survival tin measured a full inch more in length and width and was 2 inches more in depth. So they could get more in it than you could get in just an Altoid kit. But the idea was to build a kit that would have some necessary survival supplies, like something to how to start a fire, how to obtain water and purify it, a little mini boo-boo kit, so to speak, and a gear repair kit, and maybe something to help you catch food in an emergency survival situation. But I don't know about you, but most of us aren't in the military, and we are not faced with being dropped behind enemy lines and depending only on what fits in our pocket. So, how does the average Joe or Josephine use a kit such like this? Well, picture this. You're on a hiking trip and suddenly you find yourself lost. You have no cell coverage. What can you do? Well, if you have a little button compass in your Altoid kit and an emergency whistle, it might help you find your way back or somebody find you. Or maybe an unexpected storm, rainstorm, thunder and lightning storm hits, and you just happen to have an emergency blanket and some cordage and a way to make fire. Again, whether that saves your life or not, it sure can make you a lot more comfortable in such a situation. So I say all well and good, but a responsible hiker should be carrying at least a day bag with them that has food and water and a signaling device and other needed supplies, not just an Altoid kit. Now I have this little kit here that I like. It's actually based on a water canister, and it has all the supplies that you could need for a day trip and survival supplies too. And it weighs less than 5 pounds, but definitely bigger than an Altoid tin. So really, if you are day hiking or in some other situation, your Altoid tin should be a backup of a backup. So I thought, maybe I'm not thinking about this correctly. So I did a Google search. My Altoid kit saved my life. And do you know how many responses I got? 0. Only came up with videos or articles on how to build such a kit. But nobody said, it saved my life. Without this, I would have been a goner. When I seriously got into prepping more than a decade ago, I fell in love with making kits. And I love micro kits. Altoid kits were so much fun. I made one for each of my grandkids. And then there was another YouTuber at the time. His name was Frogger or Frog in it. And he made these paracord containers for the Altoid kit. And it was so neat because I kept my ferro, or I should say their ferro rod here, and the button compass was right here. And then this could go in their belt loop and securely fit the Altoid tin. And the grandkids loved them. Every time we took a little hike in the woods, they used these. Did they ever need any contents? Well, they had fun making fires, learning how to make fires. But to actually need anything, I can only remember once when my granddaughter got a little bit of a boo-boo, and her brother was so happy because he could open up his kit and give her a Band-Aid. But I made a lot of these kits. It was really fun. And basically, it was a hobby. It was trying to devise that perfect kit where you get everything you need in a micro fashion. And how much can you fit well into an Altoid tin? I mean, it was a lot of fun. And I was so proud of my kit because, well, let me show you my kit. Yep, it has Batman symbol on the front, right? And I put that on there because, you know, Batman is the one superhero that has no superhero powers. Just a normal person that uses inventions to catch the bad guys. So I thought that was a good, and yes, I was pretty much a comic book geek, superhero to use on my Altoid kit. And I really, really put a lot of thought into it. I had a lot of fun making that kit. For me, it was just more of a hobby. And for many, I think the kit became kind of a prepper fantasy. You know, what can I put in here that will save me in this what if type of scenario? But really, I think it was mainly about building the perfect kit. But then the Urban Prepper released some videos, and whoa, he was making kits for what he called urban survival. But anyway, he made kits with things that he could use every day. Items such as cash, mini phone connector cable, flash memory card, nail clippers, and postage stamps. The idea was to craft a tin to what you might need where you live and what you do every day, not for survival in the woods or jungle. And just recently, I watched a wonderful video, and I have the link down below, of Marcus O'Brien's kit, his upgraded urban survival kit. And I was very enthusiastic while I'm watching it. I go, that's great, I hadn't thought of that. I could put that in my kit. So I went looking for my kit, and it wasn't in the desk drawer where I thought it would be. It wasn't in my day hiker bag. It wasn't in my get home bag. And I finally found it in my Canadian Prepper's bug out roll that I keep in the back of my Jeep. But look what had happened. Yeah, the sticker must have been too hot in the car, and it peeled off on the plastic in the little pouch in the bug out roll. But then I thought, wait a minute, why would I buy some more supplies for my Altoid kit when I never use it? I didn't even know where to find it. Like I said, in the past, maybe using it with the grandkids when we went on some short hikes. But you know what? I don't wear cargo pants, so it wasn't that convenient. I don't wear a belt to clip it onto. And it didn't fit that well in my jean pockets. I mean, in reality, I drive most places. And I have a very complete EDC bag, we'll look at it here, in my car. And my bug out roll is kept in the back of the Jeep. So why do I need an Altoid tin? I mean, that EDC bag and that bug out roll contains so much more than this. So here's my conclusion. I think survival Altoid tins are a fun project. They get you thinking of what ifs, but they're more of a novelty. They're a great stocking stuffer at Christmas time, but they don't offer the level of preparedness you would need for most emergencies. Are they better than nothing? Well, yes. But let's hope, like I said, it's the backup of a backup. It's essential to prioritize practicality, functionality, and capacity when assembling your emergency kit. And to me, this just doesn't cut it. So, they can be useful as a small kit. This isn't an EDC, but you can see it's small. And, okay, it's my fire kit. So it has a lot of fat wood, fire starter. It has a bic, it has ferro rods, it has other fire starters. I mean, yeah, something like this, you can make a nice little mini kit in your Altoid tin, or a little medical first aid kit and something like that. That's a great idea. But to actually depend on a kit of this size for survival, even the SAS didn't, right? They had quite a bit more capacity in their tins. So yes, in my opinion, I think the Altoid kits are mainly a novelty, and you shouldn't depend on it for your survival. But maybe I'm wrong. Do you have an Altoid kit? How do you use it? Has it ever saved your life, other than saved mine this way, to have fresh breath when I had to suddenly meet a client unexpectedly? That can be a lifesaver. But that's my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours. If you'd like to see my contents of my original Batman Altoid survival kit, click here. And if you'd like to receive other videos on emergency preparedness, on food preservation, on gardening, a lot of different prepper subjects, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you.